Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff White Fitness Solutions. Thanks for checking out this video today. And it's very important that we pay attention to world events because these events will shape America's future. Now, we've all seen the conflict with Russia and Ukraine, and we've all seen how NATO is inviting new nations to join them. I'm talking about Finland and Sweden. Well, the BRICS nations are doing something very similar, and they are inviting Iran and Saudi Arabia to join their coalition. Now, this is huge. Everyone's talking about what NATO's doing, but you really got to pay attention to those BRICS nations. They are making serious moves, and these moves can have a tremendous impact on American life, American economy, and especially the American dollar. Now, see, this is where it gets interesting, and you really must start paying attention. We have what's called the petrodollar deal, which was created back in the 1970s, which was basically an agreement between the U.S., Saudi Arabia, and other OPEC nations, where every country in the world must buy oil in U.S. dollars. No matter what country you're in, you must buy it in U.S. dollars, which means every country must have U.S. dollars in their stash, in their banks. Well, that may be changing soon. And again, this isn't discussed in mainstream media, but President Biden has approached the Saudis about increasing oil production, oil output to help ease the prices of gas, and they have basically refused. And one reason they've refused is because they are working closely with Russia and Putin, and they are creating their own deals now. So this could be a major shift and a sign that the petrodollar deal is weakening. And if that happens, then this could be a devastating impact on the U.S. economy. It's not just Russia that we have to watch as far as the petrodollar system. Saudi Arabia wants to sell oil in yuan also. See, this story came out in March, but it's not discussed. It says China is attempting to buy oil in yuan rather than dollars, and now it may have found a willing seller. Saudi Arabia, which sells a quarter of its exports to China, is considering making these sales in yuan, the Wall Street Journal reported. Guys, this is huge. This is huge. So you got to remember, they are trying to get Saudi Arabia to join the BRICS nations. Now they are trying to get them to sell their oil in something other than dollars. This could have a devastating impact on the U.S. economy. So you got to remember something. It's all about supply and demand. If the demand for dollars around the world decreases, its purchasing power will decrease, which will cause the cost of goods to increase tremendously. If the US dollar is not in demand, this will have a devastating impact on the US economy, and everything that you buy will skyrocket in price. We must pay attention to this story because one day we can wake up and our entire world would have changed. The world is changing right before our eyes, but mainstream media is not paying attention. But just because they're not paying attention doesn't mean that you shouldn't pay attention either. So here are some things that we can do to protect ourselves. You want to stock up on food and supplies. Get the things you need now while your dollar still has the purchasing power to do it before things get too expensive. Whatever you need and use on a regular basis, you want to start buying it now. Next, you want to plant a garden. If we have some type of food shortages, you want to have something growing. You can grow potatoes in your home, you can grow greens. If you have sunlight and some pots, you can grow some food. Anything is better than nothing. Next, consider getting physical gold and silver. Gold and silver are real money and have never gone to zero. Look at it like this. If you want to go down to the bank and make a down payment on a home, they will not take that can of spam or green beans as a down payment. But you can convert that physical gold and silver into any currency you want or need, and then you can start wheeling and dealing. Pay attention, people. The world is changing right before our eyes. If Saudi Arabia joins the BRICS nations, this could have a devastating impact on the U.S. economy. So let's talk about it, people. What do you think? Do you have a strategy? We must have a strategy to withstand the challenging times that are coming our way.